Uncle Zogaib. I'm a double bass player in Houston, Texas. I'm a master's student at Rice University, and I freelance with different orchestras in the area, including subbing with the Houston Symphony and sometimes with the Fort Worth Symphony. Now today, I'm playing for you a movement from Berlioz's Symphony Fantastique. This is the fourth movement, and this is a really tricky excerpt, but once we break it down, it's really not too bad. We just have a few things to consider. Now, the main dynamic in this excerpt is fortissimo, so we have to keep that in mind, that we're going to be playing really loud the whole time. But then also, when it's not fortissimo, that's very important. And so we really have one main spot where that's different. And that is at the end of the second measure before 57. Actually, the whole measure. So 2 before 57, we have a diminuendo all the way down to the piano. And then in the measure before 57, we have pianissimo. So we want to make sure we really consider this. As well as that, we have a lot of accidentals to keep in mind. Even though we're in the key of G minor, we have C sharps, D flats, which enharmonically are the same note, C sharp and D flat. He just uses both spellings of the note. Aside from that, we also have some G flats, A flats, and these are a few measures after 57 when we're climbing up the G string. And then towards the end of the excerpt, we have a tricky dotted rhythm. And this is the spot that I want to focus on the most. This spot here, we're going to use a technique called the shoe shine bowing. And what we're going to do, so we're going to land on this low G, which is 3 before the end of the excerpt. And we're going to land on a down bow. And then when we go to the next note, we're going to stay on a down bow. So we're going to hook, but then from there, it's going to be as it comes. So each downbeat, aside from the first downbeat, is an up bow, and it looks something like this. It's a convenient way to play quickly. And the other thing I want to talk about with this section is in regards to shifting. It can be tricky, but if you shift on the dotted notes, it'll allow you a little bit more time to get to the next note, and it'll allow the note to ring. It'll just make everything easier. So it'll look something like this at a slower tempo. So again, we're shifting on the longer notes. Another thing to consider is at the beginning we have some accented notes. And that's up on this G, on the F, and the B flat. So we want to really bring those notes out in particular. Here it is one more time. So there you have it, Berlioz Symphony Fantastique. Now, a couple ways to practice this, well, mainly is with the metronome. So a good slow speed would be to actually keep the metronome at 72, but instead of 72 being the half note, we're going to make it the quarter note. So normally what it sounds like, we put the metronome on the half note 72, be about your audition tempo. The half tempo that I was talking about, we can keep it on 72, but now this is our quarter note. So it's quite a bit slower. We also want to have a medium tempo that we can work with. That's on the way between our slow and our fast tempo. And a good medium tempo would probably be to have the metronome right around 54, really anywhere in the 50 range, and you can work your way up. You can cut 72 in half, and you can start at 36, or as I said, because 36 is very low, just keep it on 72 and make that the quarter note. But then work your way up. But 54 is a good mid-range. That sounds like this. And to show the fast section at this tempo, it sounds like that. So with all of this in mind, I wish you the best with this music. It's really great music. My one other suggestion would be to listen to this music before anything else. And there are many great recordings out there. You can go to YouTube or Spotify or Apple Music. And I hope you enjoy playing this great music. And best of luck on your audition.